Good morning, beloveds. Okay, kind of fits with the camera angles. It's Monday morning. I'm not entirely sure where my head is this morning. I had a week off and spent it with my brother, and it was fantastic and it was great. And he left at 5:45 yesterday, and he made it home. He was home by 3:30. I was really impressed because he drove from here to Kansas, and but I'm glad to know that he's home and safe. So, but it's just that now I get to go back to work. I'm not sure I'm ready. All right, it is November 8th. I demonstrate through the perfect law. As he thinketh, all things manifest. He manifests through all things, and in all, and most of all, in whatsoever things he wills to manifest. And that is thrice greatest Hermes. All laws are laws of God. Whatever reality is, its nature is one. If I wish to demonstrate my good, I must faithfully and fervently declare that the law of the Lord is perfect and that this law is operating in my experience now. I believe that it is the nature of thought to externalize itself, to bring about conditions which exactly correspond to the thought. Therefore, I turn resolutely from every sense of lack, want, and limitation, and declare the perfect law, knowing that even though I am dealing with an invisible principle, it will be made manifest in my experience. Therefore, today I declare that the law of the Lord is perfect in everything I do. It will externalize happiness. It will bring every good to me. Today I am inwardly aware that there is a secret way of the soul. There is a secret pathway of peace. There is an invisible presence forever externalizing itself for me and through me. Today I believe in a divine guidance. Today I believe that underneath are the everlasting arms. Today I rest in this divine assurance and this divine security. I know that not only all is well with my soul, my spirit, and my mind, all is well with my affairs. I sincerely believe that there is a divine presence and a law of good which attracts every person and everything to me, that belongs to me, and which, flowing through me, reaches out to everything in my life with love, with consideration, in joy, and gladness. All right, two things right off the bat. One, when we say perfect law, what we are talking about is whole. Everything is included. That means that the law that we are talking about touches everything. There's nothing that the law cannot touch, just as there's nothing that spirit cannot touch, just as there is nowhere that spirit is not. The other thing is a little way in here, he talks about a secret pathway of peace, a secret way of the soul. So let me just clarify in my interpretation. When he says secret, it doesn't mean that it is hidden. What it means is it is yours, and it is yours alone. It is a pathway and a way of the soul that is so individually yours that no one can tell you how to walk it. No one can tell you how your soul, the way of your soul. No one can tell you that. That is yours and yours alone. Nobody else can tell you you're doing it wrong. Just as no one else can tell you you're doing it right. So this pathway of peace, this pathway, this way of the soul, it's yours, and it is completely between you and spirit, you and God. So no one can get between you and that pathway. No one can get between you and your peace. No one can get between you and your soul. If you were raised Catholic, which I was, we have layers of intercessors between us and God. And what Ernest is telling us right there by saying secret pathway, there's nothing between you and God. There's nothing between. You don't need saints. You don't need priests. You don't need You don't need ministers. You don't need practitioners. All we are assistants. All we are is assistants. The way of your soul, the pathway of your peace is yours and yours alone. All we can do is hold up a lamp. All we can do is show you a signpost. We can say, this way, but you have to walk it. You actually do have to do the work. We can hold the space. We can hold up the light. We can show you, it's like this direction, but we can't walk it for you. So it is yours and yours alone. So when you hear secret, don't think hidden from you. Don't think that you have to go on this massive, hero's journey to find the way of your soul or to find your pathway of peace. When he says secret, what he means is it's yours and yours alone. And no one can get between you and your soul, and no one can get between you and your pathway of peace, and no one can get between you and God. All right? So I just thought that was super important because I hear the word secret and it has a different meaning. Because remember, he was writing almost 100 years ago. And so the language has changed. The language has changed. I demonstrate through the perfect law, meaning the whole law. There is nothing the law does not touch, and there's nothing that the law does not include. It's whole. And then my theory on the thrice greatest Hermes, I think this is the Kabbalion. As he thinketh, all things manifest. He manifests through all things, and in all, and most of all, in whatsoever things he wills to manifest. It's language gymnastics. But basically, every thought is creative. And every thought has the ability to manifest. Just as there's nowhere that God is not. So, it's kind of one of those situations of when you look around your life and you go, I'm not really happy with where my life is. Let me go back and look at the trend of my thoughts. Not each and every individual thought. You don't have to police each and every thought. What you want to do is look at the trend of your thought. If the trend of your thought is good, peaceful, comfortable, then your life should be trending that way. And if your trend of thought is limitation, lack, and you look around your life and go, those are the thoughts you need to work on. Those are the thoughts you need to work on. So, all laws are laws of God. Whatever reality is, its nature is one. That was one of the things that Jesse was talking about yesterday. If you didn't see yesterday's service at the center, please go back and look at it. He had some really interesting things to say. If I wish to demonstrate my good, I must faithfully and fervently declare that the law of the Lord is perfect and that this law is operating in my experience now. Okay, so faithfully and fervently declare the law of the Lord is perfect. Basically, what we need to do is be conscious that we are using the law and then to use it consciously. And that's why I talk about the trend of our thoughts. It's like there is a law. We are using it. And the more emotion that we are using it with, the more power that law has. Because the universe is going, well, there's a lot of emotion there. This is clearly what this person wants. Which is why it's important to be very conscious of when we are very emotional. Be it, sadness or anger or, joy. We want to be conscious of what we are having those strong emotions around, because that is what we are telling the universe we want more of. And anger is very useful when used consciously. That's the secret. So, because this law is operating in our experience now, and we want to know that we are using it consciously. I believe that it is the nature of thought to externalize itself, which is what we're talking about. It is the nature of thought. So every thought is creative. Some thoughts are more creative than others. So we want to be really conscious on the creative thought, and that's where we've got our emotion wrapped up. To bring about the conditions which exactly correspond to the thought. And that's why I'm like, look around your life, see how your life is trending, and then go back and look at the trend of your thoughts. Therefore, I will turn resolutely from every sense of lack, want, and limitation, and declare the perfect law, knowing that even though I am dealing with an invisible principle, it will be made manifest in my experience. That's what he's talking about. What you are thinking is going to show up in your life. So, 1, think consciously. 2, think good thoughts. If you are thinking consciously, you're probably going to be concentrating on good thoughts. That's why I encourage you to the practice to do something loving, do something kind, do something compassionate for yourself every day. Because if you practice that every day, then it becomes a habit. It becomes a trend. It becomes a response, and it becomes a first response. And it can change your life. Therefore, today I declare that the law of the Lord is perfect in everything I do. The law of the Lord is perfect in everything I do because it is included in everything I do. Whether I acknowledge it or not, that law's there. So I will do better if I consciously acknowledge the law. It will externalize happiness. It will bring every good thing to me. Why not state that it's going to bring good things to me? Today, I am inwardly aware that there is a secret way of the soul. There is a secret pathway of peace. There is an invisible presence forever externalizing itself for me and through me. There is nothing that can get between you and God. There is nothing that can get between you and spirit. There is nothing that can get between you and your soul. And if there's nothing that can get between you and that, then that means that there's nothing that can get between you and your happiness and your peace and your joy and your love. Even conditions that are non-preferred cannot get between you and that. Because you can look at those conditions and go, those aren't me. This is me. And the conditions will begin to change. Today, I believe in divine guidance. Today, I believe that underneath are the everlasting arms. Today, I rest in this divine assurance, this divine security. I know that not only all is well with my soul and my spirit and my mind, all is well with my affairs. I sincerely believe that there is a divine presence, a law of good, a law of good which attracts every person and everything to me that belongs to me, and which flowing through me reaches out to everything in my life with love, with consideration, in joy, and gladness. Okay, that last line. Clearly, one of my friends has service again. That was my text messaging. Sorry about that. Reaches out to everything in my life with love, with consideration, in joy, and gladness. So I sincerely believe in a divine presence. You want to know what the mission today is? That's the mission today. To sincerely believe in a divine presence that flows through us, reaching out with love, with consideration, consciousness, and enjoying gladness. That's the mission. Should we choose to accept it, to sincerely believe. The strength of science of mind is that we don't tell you what to believe. We teach you how. And sincerely, there's a divine presence. It is who you are. It is what made you. It is what flows through you. It is what is always around you. Why not interact with it consciously? Why not interact with it in joy? Why not interact with it in peace? Why not know it as a loving presence? All right. So I'm also, as I said earlier, going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever it looks like, however big it is, however small it is, it does not matter. It is merely the act. It is a spiritual practice to be loving, to be kind, to be compassionate to yourself. To go and look in your eyes in a mirror and see the beloved child of God looking back at you. That is the habit that I want you to create, that I encourage you to create. Because you are a beloved child of God. It is the state of grace that we live in. You deserve love. You deserve kindness. You deserve compassion. Start with yourself. Start with yourself. Create that bank so that you have it to share when you meet somebody that needs a little extra. But you deserve it too. Always. That's why I want you to practice on yourself. Always. All right. I also encourage you to engage your mind and your body. I went for a bike ride this morning. It was good. My tires are a little low, so I was afraid to get too far away from the house, but I still got a good ride in. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water, to go get a face full of sun. It is going to be a beautiful day out there, at least in my neighborhood. And whatever else you do, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around you. All around you. All that it's waiting for is for you to look for the good and praise it, as Emma says. Look for the good. Praise it. Because the more you look, the more you see, the more there is. It's the way it works. When you're looking for good, it just naturally multiplies. Just naturally multiplies. So, all right, beloveds, I'm going to move into the process of my day. I'm going to encourage you to do what it is that you need to do to get done today. I know there's a book study tonight. It starts at 7 Eastern Central because it's in the Eastern time zone. All right, it's run out of Knoxville. And they're doing this thing called You, which is one of my favorite books by Ernest Holmes. So if you want to check that out, or anything else that's going on, email info@creativelife.org. Get on that mailing list. Check us out. Check us out on all the social medias. I'm the running Rev Ryan. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, or Creative Life Spark if you check us on Instagram and TikTok. So, have a good day, great day, amazing day, fantastic day, enchanting day, stunning day, wonderful day, great day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. But whatever else, know that you are loved. Know that you are loved. Always, always. It is a state of grace, and grace is given. It doesn't have to be earned. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. Y'all have a fantastic day. Until next time.